Hi everyone, what's up? It's Joshua here from Alternative Brewing, and today we're going to be brewing delicious French press coffee with the lovely Bodum 8-cup copper press. Now, French presses come in a wide variety of sizes, shapes and colours, and the main similarities are that they use a mesh filter that presses down the coffee to the bottom of the container, separating the brewed coffee from the grounds. So French press is an incredibly popular method around the world for its simplicity to use and its ability to make pretty good coffee, and you can make easily a few cups at a time. What's more is, if it's just the coffee you want without too much fuss and preparation, well, you could eat coffee beans, but I've got to say the French press is pretty much the most straightforward way to brew coffee, period. And there is a good way to make French press coffee that's not too intense or has a mouthful of grounds in your cup. So follow me now and I'll show you how. I would recommend using a filter coffee, one that's been specifically roasted for this type of brewing, say over an espresso roasted coffee, simply because the filter coffee will offer you a more balanced flavour in the cup. And the first thing you want to work out is how many cups of coffee you're going to be drinking, as you want to be using around 12 to 15 grams or 2 tablespoons per cup or 250 grams of water. And I'm going to be brewing 1 litre, so I'm going to be measuring out 50 grams of coffee. Now, I'm grinding my beans to be between a medium or coarse grind, but there's really no right or wrong at the coarser end of the grinding scale when you're brewing with a French press. It's really up to your tastes. But know, by changing the grind size, you can have the biggest impact on the flavour of your coffee. So if your coffee does taste a little too bitter at the end, perhaps try grinding coarser. Or if it's too weak or even sour, grind finer. Place your grinds into the cafetiere, and with water straight off the boil, start pouring it in, making sure that you get all your grinds wet. And once you've added all your water, this is when the brewing starts. So you want to start your timer for 4 minutes. I like to place the lid on here too to keep as much heat in as possible. Now, 4 minutes to me is about as much time as I want to be waiting for hot coffee in the morning. And it does make a really consistent brew at this duration. So that's why I would suggest keeping the time at 4 minutes. And if you're finding your coffee is still a little unsavory, then exploiting the change in the grind size for your next brew may just make the best French press coffee you've ever had. And once that 4 minutes is up, the next part is a little bit of a choose your own adventure. So you can remove the lid, scoop off the crust off the top, so removing most of the grounds with a spoon that are floating. It's a little bit of an extra time and effort, but this definitely makes a significant difference to the cleanliness of your final coffee. Then all you want to do is place the lid back on and press down nice and slowly, almost to the bottom, and then pour your coffee out. The second and much faster way is, once those 4 minutes are up, you can very slowly press the plunger down to the bottom, again not pushing it all the way down, and also ensure you don't press too fast, otherwise this will allow grinds to pass through the filter. But once it's down to the bottom, pour all your coffee out immediately. And it's key to remember, don't leave the brewed coffee sitting in the cafetiere too long if you want to avoid any astringency or bitterness in those last few cups, as the water and coffee are still brewing away in there even after you press it down. So by decanting the coffee out, you can stop the brewing process there and then enjoy a consistent flavour throughout each cup. Either way, you will end up with a very rich and full-bodied cup of coffee that's easily enjoyed black, or by adding just a dash of milk makes the ideal morning brew. In cleaning the French press, you do want to hand wash the cafetiere and make sure you give that metal mesh a thorough rinse, perhaps even using some boiling water to rinse it out so you remove any of those oils or trapped grinds inside the filter. But it's pretty straightforward otherwise, just make sure you dry it thoroughly before using it again. And that's how you make a delicious French press coffee with a small amount of care and attention, which can be the attraction for so many. The French press should not be a brewer that's kept in the cupboard, but it should be loved and explored for its full potential to make a great cup of coffee to be enjoyed by everyone. So if you have any questions on the Bodum French press or French press brewing in general, throw them in the comment section below and we'll get straight back to you. Don't forget to hit that little bell icon on your screen, and that way you stay notified when we bring out new videos just like this every week. If you've enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.